these two teams got. But interesting to see essentially a trade occur in the deep of the night. No Luka Doncic involved in this one as a sad Mavs fan, but Tusk and Lunchbox traded between OpTic and FaZe.
Well, we just saw some fist bumps there from OpTic's side. It looks like the team is vibing. Super scary. FaZe, though, with Tusk guiding them into this next series. Recharge Oddball to start the day.
Here we go. El Clasico, El Lanico, as OpTic and FaZe face off once again. You see Renegade with the early first strike. OpTic Gaming with a near flawless start. You're seeing dead bodies drop left and right for FaZe, and OpTic already have control of the oddball.
We talk about these jerseys, by the way. Is that not like the bright green that I'm used to seeing from like a quadrant? I saw Legend. I was like, is he back in a quadrant jersey? What happened? But OpTic going with a brighter green now. I think it looks pretty good on Formal. And I think their team looks great right now. They've got the ball set up perfectly on the C side. I love this glass position to kind of round out this setup. You can see all the way across the map, can try to prevent players from that spawn in A, prevent them from getting to the tower. But just like that, FaZe have made a good push. They've stolen the shock rifle, forced the reset, and might be able to get back into this one.
Allocated slides underneath Formal's pre-fire with that shock rifle, and now he's got it in his own hands, lining up the next headshot on the Renegade, but he just flicks his right shoulder. 30-7 here as OpTic Gaming reached the first checkpoint with that 30-second mark, but FaZe are coming right back.
Okay, great positioning here from Falcated, but an even better headshot onto Legend. One of the more difficult shots to hit. Had to wait for the clamber animation to finish. Perfectly lines it up. And if Falcated is playing his best, that's when this team, I think, is the most scary. It's unable to clean up that next one, but damage has been done. They're about to tie up the score here in the next 5 seconds or so.
Oh, what a frag toss from Penguin to clean up on Falcated's initial damage with the shock rifle. He gets pushed up by from Renegade and Formal. They both form a nice two-piece in the long haul as they look to rotate it back to C, and they might just get through. Trippy trying to break that, but Formal, the bodyguard, has the oddballs back, but Trippy goes down, so too does Formal. Minuscule ball time there for OpTic makes it 37 and rolling now to 21.
How did Legend get a double there? I felt like Suppressed should have been able to kill him just from the third person perspective that we had. It's gonna lead to Legend also getting the camouflage. Team is able to collapse into the long haul ball, still sitting on the sneaky, kind of an awkward position. And not sure if someone's gonna grab it. Looks like Legend says, I'm the man for the job despite being camouflaged. Sometimes you're just the closest one to it when your team is slaying out. Okay, now we'll hand it off, and they'll take this ball to C and set up the same spawn trap they had earlier.
Legend playing this one perfectly, had no options with that camo, spotted nobody actually, so no back smacks, no shots to take advantage of. So he grabs the oddball, tosses it out to Formal, who's now racking up even more ball time as they cross the 60-second threshold. Up triply on FaZe as Legend has the control of the C platform. A push comes through from the long haul, but doesn't take him off guard. He trades out.
That's an insane trade to get right there as well. Definitely down in damage when it started. Able to secure a kill. It's going to make it a little bit easier for OpTic to breathe into the next play. They do end up trading the ball, or sorry, playing the ball. Suppress now. The plasma pistol, seeing if he can take control of the pipes. New shock rifle is up as well.
Pressed has help in the pipes, but for now focuses on grabbing more of that OBJ time as he grapples it to himself. No more grapples left to work with, so Suppress gonna sit tight and gather more ball time. This looks like a nice hold here for FaZe. You can see most of OpTic's focus is on the C side of the map. Formal with the long range shots, takes down Falcated with the fresh shock rifle right there for the taking.
Those were some insane shots, but more insane movement from Formal, just using the geometry of that box to make himself a difficult target. Takes him down. He's got to feel bad for Falcated in that moment. Should be a fight he never loses, to be honest.
Wow.
New camos coming up. Formal still at the bottom of the map, being a menace. Camo is still on the ground. Will Penguin be able to grab it? 1v1 fight breaking out between Renegade and Penguin. Renegade's going to win that and earn the camo for it.
It's one thing to win your one, but when you grab power-ups afterwards, that's a nice 1-2 combination there. As Renegade, like we saw earlier from Legend, trying to play scout on the team, but he's not spotting anybody. I think he heard Trippy sprinting through the tower. Now he's trying to find his back as he and Bound collapse for the sandwich. Renegade going to clean up on that. Legend with More ball time at the top side of glass, and with Penguin pushing it out, he's going to rotate to the sneaky, but 3 are down for FaZe Clan, so Penguin's the only guy there to make a difference, and it's not going to be enough as OpTic Gaming take the round 1-0.
That was looking quite comfortable for OpTic, but FaZe had a few good moments. They're going to have to start winning a few more 1v1 fights, though. We saw Trippy actually take down his former teammate Formal in a 1v1, but team around him was unable to capitalize on it. Now early section of the round is going to be won mostly by FaZe, but how does Formal win that? Trippy now, like I was just saying, won the previous 1v1, but Formal has gotten his revenge.
Yeah, Formal not only got revenge, but he got some nice A spawns there as a collective unit for OpTic Gaming. It could have been C instead, but because of Formal's slay, it's C spawns for FaZe rather, and they've got a little bit further trek to go towards that oddball at the starting point. Formal eats a grenade from Falcated. Falcated's got to be careful, down to low HP. You can see Bound trying to gather some of the finishing shots to take him down. He's got 2 players in front of him weak now with the use of the Shroud screen. Obscures visibility, trying to stay alive. Sneaky in the Shroud, but no, Penguin spots him and takes him down.
Yeah, good job for Penguin to hunt him down. I was a little bit worried for a second when he checked the wrong way first, but process of elimination finds his target. FaZe looking much better this round so far. OpTic kind of in a precarious spot here, spawning an A. Not the easiest place to get out of if the other team has positioning around it. The Formal gets a double kill. Perfectly played. Gets the shots on the player in the back and then the melee on the player in the front. He's going to be rewarded with some oddball time for it. No, he's going to pass it off. Says, I'm frying. Let me continue to slay out.
Errant melee there. But outside of that, Formal was looking clinical in the pipes. As Legend now across map, looking to take some shots into the opponent at Needles, expecting the chase, but it's his teammate there, Formal, instead, who probably took a little bit of damage, but no worse for the wear. He's going to continue through the long haul. Does Formal. Legend pushing up through the bat ledge, now on the grapple ledge. Wants the oddball getting tossed out. 3 players go down for FaZe. It's just Falcated left, so that's going to be Formal there to potentially take him down. Oh, but a little bit of a miscue. Formal grabs the oddball and jukes his teammate Legend.
Looked like him maybe saying in his French accent, I grapple the ball, and then Formal not understanding and picking it up himself. Definitely a bit of an awkward situation. Would have preferred that the grapple player brings it into pipes. But yeah, now as a result, OpTic were unable to really convert any ball time off of the situation.
28-11 as FaZe have their first good lead. Game number 1. Can they hold on? 3:10 left in regulation as Formal back in the pipes has the plasma pistol to work with, and he could be a menace here at gold. I don't think Suppressed knows he's there. He does not. Suppressed, turn, because Formal's coming for you.
Plasma pistol getting a little bit more screen time than usual. Love to see that as a old school Halo player. Now Formal just great timing here, rotates through. Apparently doesn't have perfect timing though. His teammate does fall before he can get that kill. Would have definitely liked to keep his teammate alive to have a little more fight, a little more help in this fight, but he also somehow trades that. I mean, he's such a scrappy player, finding trades that he often should not get away with.
Formal's like an Elden Ring boss located in the pipes. He's not the one you want to see around the corner, because Formal has been doing work on that side of the map, and he's going to continue. He's going to edge it out a little bit towards the Needles. Nasty win against Penguin, but Trippy tries to clean up on the damage. Does clean up on Formal, but cleans up shortly after, as we're still notched at the previous score of 28-11.
It's feeling like a glorified Slayer in this round so far. 2 minutes left on the regulation clock. Neither team even reaching the 30-second mark. All has really not been able to be picked up since that awkward grapple situation with Legend and Formal. And we're just seeing trades all over the map. No one's ever had enough shields to take the trek out to the batteries to grab the oddball, and I think the grapple has not been on spawn either. So maybe if someone comes out as a clear victor in the next fight, should be able to steal this ball and get some actual time.
Headshot cleanup there, or actually body shot cleanup there from Suppressed. Look good. Nice nade toss there onto Legend below him as Suppressed picks up 2, looking to pick up the 3rd on Bound, but the long range shots, man, those are 2 or 3 occurrences I can recall where OpTic have had just a little bit better long range game, but it's not showing out in the scoreboard for him here in round 2. Still 28-11, and with just 70 seconds left in regulation, I don't think we're going to reach the 100 mark.
Yeah, it seems very unlikely. These teams are very slay heavy right now. Ball does get grabbed by Legend, and I thought maybe he would chuck it up to the bat ledge to his teammate, but no, he's going to get taken down, unable to survive much longer. Falcated winning a difficult fight here against Renegade is going to be big. Having control of this pipe side so important when the ball is here in the batteries, but still doesn't quite have the comfortability to go out and grab it yet.
28 to 14 now. As OpTic have gathered 3 seconds, but they're down by 14 with 40 seconds left. They've got to make the push. It almost feels, Eli, that FaZe is content to play defensively for time here, but Renegade might just change that plan. Penguin could clean up on him, does, but he gets taken down shortly after. Legend now sprinting for that oddball. He's got to overextend himself a little bit, but with 3 down for FaZe, he's going to get a clean exit. No, he's not. He gets 1 shot into him. That changes his route, but he's running into the spawns of FaZe. Now he's got to take it back to the right. This is chaotic, but Legend is playing this rather calm, cool, and collected. Doesn't get around the corner. Penguin takes him down. Renegade now the last player alive for OpTic, but he's going to get pushed out here shortly. The oddball will reset, and with about 10 seconds left of time, they better hope they get some gold or some A spawns. 3 go down, so OpTic are going to have the clearance to grab it. 10 seconds left, they do. Bound has it in his hands, down by 3 seconds, now tied at 28. This one's nuts.
Oh no, they probably don't want this to go to overtime. Trippy probably wants to get a second here, so they don't go to overtime. 3 minutes will be added to the clock, I believe, if this hits 0. Maybe it's 2 minutes. Oh, just 1. Okay, sorry. And now, though, they can't just grab the ball and win. They've got to actually play Halo here for another couple minutes. They have gained the lead, 4-kill lead, chuck it into the long haul. And now if they can just play Slayer for the next 50 seconds, should be fine, but they're going to actually pick it back up, get a little bit of extra time. All members of OpTic going down. Legend coming out spawn. What does he do here?
Regulation wasn't enough. We're going to need overtime to decide the round 2 winner here. And FaZe are looking like the better of the two. One of last maybe 2 chances here for OpTic to push through. As Penguin still utilizing the camo. Not spotted just yet, but he hasn't spotted out an opponent now. He spots Renegade. Good shots going into his back. He'll clean him up with the headshot. 38 seconds left in regulation. And FaZe Clan are about up 2 times on OpTic. I held my breath there thinking that might have rimmed around. Stuck him, yeah, for the stick. But instead, he goes down shortly after. 49 to 28 with 20 seconds left. This is a mirror of what we just saw in regulation. OpTic got to get on their horse.
Yeah, this is very well executed by FaZe. I don't think this is even possible for OpTic. I mean, they would have to get several dead, and they're all not in good positions to make that happen. FaZe will be winning this round. They tie it up, and they force a round 3. Now, keep in mind, it was OpTic that clutched to even force the overtime situation in the first place with this play here from Bounds. Hiding behind the pillar, dodges multiple grenades, but got as much time as he needed to at least force the situation.
FaZe, a collective +10 after 2 rounds, so they have the slaying disparity. Can they turn that into more time here as Formal off the start grabs the camo, but he gets burnt out. 2 down on each side. Now 3 for OpTic as Suppress earns the double, going for the triple kill. Bound with the use of the Shroud screen. This is Deja Vu. He was here once before, but like before, he gets taken down once again. Suppress with a nice start to a crucial round 3.
Like to see some more efficiency out of them, though. There's been several slays in a row, unable to get the ball in hand. So OpTic, I guess, prioritizing the correct targets so that the damage doesn't lead to ball time. But look at the way Suppress is fighting this 48 killing spree, make it 6 in a row, multiple doubles. Where's the ball? Finally gets picked up. I feel like it's a little late, but now OpTic are in a situation they have to decide how they want to push here. Opening break slay coming in from Legend. Renegade finds one as well. I have to imagine OpTic are just going to run at the last 2 players of FaZe. I like this play from Suppressed and his teammate here to drop the ball and fight. Typically, if you're the last 2 players alive, you want to play close together. But OpTic play it perfectly. They just take the ball away and might be able to regain the lead.
Suppressed goes on a reign of terror to start off the round, but it's just a 6-second advantage for FaZe Clan. But I think that's why you picked him up in the offseason. You picked up Suppressed and Falcated to be that slaying duo. And they've showed up here so far in round number 3 as Trippy has the oddball, looking to rotate it up to the gold glass as he missed his first slide, fumbled on the oddball, but now has it back in his hands. A 20-second lead for FaZe Clan, but that'll fall. All 4 fall for FaZe Clan. So OpTic will get the oddball back in their hands with a chance to tie it, if not regain the lead.
FaZe probably not happy with only getting 20 seconds here. I feel like they could have got more. They were really dominating the map for Slays for quite a while. I don't know why Legend is swinging his elbow at his teammate there, but maybe just a warning shot. Better not drop that oddball. Loses the fight against Penguin though from low ground. Penguin with a clean 5-shot there. And now that's going to open the door for the rest of FaZe to push through.
Starting to see these camos rack up for FaZe Clan. They've had better control of it, and they've been taking advantage of it. Remember, just because you grab the camo does not mean you're guaranteed anything for free. A lot of players are able to spot this out, but still having a little trouble doing that are OpTic, and Trippy is going to take another one to his name. Double kill with the shock rifle. No, he does get damage into Renegade, and that'll get cleaned up. So too does OpTic as a team of 4. All 4 go down, and FaZe will regain the lead because of it.
Trippy is on fire. This guy has been on fire for a while now. Most oddball time, +3, 10 assists as well. He goes down though. Renegade is going to be the one with the shock now. We've seen how effective he can be time and time again. Right now, he's making himself difficult targets.
It was just tied. Now, FaZe have doubled up on the lead for OpTic. And Eli, remember, this was the path to an upset victory last weekend, was FaZe taking game 1. You said that was the key, was FaZe winning game 1 and getting out to a lead against OpTic, and that's what they're boiling towards here. 67-33, a much better OBJ efficient round from both teams, but FaZe have much more to show for it.
Yeah, I mean, look at the series layout. This is quite similar to the one where FaZe ended up taking OpTic down. So next game, Origin Slayer was the game 5 that FaZe took from OpTic in that upset last weekend. If they win this one, I think you're exactly right. That's kind of the springboard that makes it possible for them to win this. I think if you give OpTic momentum early, they ride it to a clean victory in the series. But right now, FaZe need to figure out how to push forward. They're taking their time on this push, which I don't mind. They're able to get one slay here. Also, camo coming up, probably part of the reason why they didn't just force the push right away. Penguin now should be able to push forward and finish the job. This is a great looking situation for FaZe now.
67-60 though. OpTic have bounced back and brought it back to within single digits as Penguin goes down. Preston 1v1 with Formal, and he wins it with the use of the double kill. I believe that could have even been a reversal, as I believe the first shots went into Suppressed, and he's not going down. A killing spree and more ball time for Suppressed. You brought him on to slay out, but now he's balling out as well. He's got 40+ seconds, doing it all.
He's almost got 40 kills as well. I mean, we've seen multiple killing sprees from him. The rest of OpTic continue to die off spawn. The pressure is there. FaZe not allowing OpTic to breathe, and that's exactly how they defeated them last time. They're forcing them to make a coordinated push, and they're punishing them when they push too fast. But now, finally, they get a couple opening break slays. What does OpTic do from here?
5 seconds left, 7 actually. Suppressed drops the oddball out. He goes down, but OpTic don't have much room for error as Formal looking to rotate that into the long haul. Legends at C, but 2 of his teammates are at gold, so I think he's leaning towards maybe a gold rotation here at the fulcrum of Sneaky. Can take it into C or into gold. The next few slays will determine where Formal will go, but OpTic are looking at a really clean hold right here, and at the 93 mark for FaZe, if they regain the lead, OpTic has a stark advantage here in the end game. They're getting close to it.
FaZe need to win this fight in the pipes for them to stop this. I don't think that when they go down here, it might not even be possible. Legends holding off an entire half of the map. Formal sees his team die in pipes. Legends here to pick up the pieces, and just like that, they might close it out. We get a clutch kill, but OpTic are spawning here now.
93-97. That sticky didn't stick. Oh, but Bound grabbed the oddball and snuck into the long haul and steals the win for OpTic Gaming. Suppressed got to be kicking himself, or at least kicking the dirt below his shoes, because he put up 40, had nearly the most ball time in the lobby, and it still wasn't enough. Eli, break down the end game.
I mean, at the end here, when Formal's holding the ball long haul before this play, OpTic's position was so strong. They have Legend cutting anyone off that tries to rotate through C, and look at the positioning of Bound and Renegade. They're both shutting down the rotation through pipes. They force FaZe Clan, the only option FaZe had left to spawn was in A. OpTic know this. They know they want to rotate through pipes, and Renegade and Bound just play this perfectly. We don't know exactly how they slowed them down and won the fight on that side, but it was just enough time for Formal to comfortably rack up enough time. They win this last engagement, and OpTic play the end game perfectly.
Yeah, Formal did a great job rotating not only the oddball, but rotating into that, what I call a quarterback role, where you're just trying to get eyesight on the defensive positioning and call for an audible. And that's exactly what we saw there from Formal. He grabbed a little bit of intel from the two members of FaZe on the needles, called it out to his teammates, and then started rotating that oddball.
Self a chance in the series.
Yeah, you don't want to go down 0-2 against an OpTic that can really take advantage of that lead. As Formal in a 1v1 here against Falcated gets traded out with him as Legend takes his sight to the top side of Snipe Tower, has the high ground advantage in this 1v1 with Suppress, but it quickly turns into a 1v2, but Legend doesn't care. He still takes down Trippy.
I think Rockets might still be up. He's trying to rotate around to see if he can... Oh, never mind. Sorry, Pound has them. Never mind. And it's Renegade that has the sniper. So Sandbox favoring OpTic, but that's a shot we're not used to seeing Renegade miss. Okay, he makes up for it with the next one. And they can hold control of the snipe side and keep this sniper in Renegade's hands. A great start for OpTic.
And remember, this was the difference in the parallel winter semifinals between Space Station and Shopify Rebellion. It was a close game, but the difference was rockets and sniper control. So far early, it's been all OpTic in that regard, and they've got a 3-kill lead because of it. 8-5 here as Renegade looks to reposition for some more snipes.
I really like this rotation. I don't think the FaZe are going to expect him to be here with this snipe, and that's one of the best things you can do with the sniper rifle is be unpredictable with the next line of sight that you show up. Got a good line of sight to watch Legends back, but no one's chasing. And unfortunately, unable to have an impact in that fight as Suppress finds a double kill. Does land the body shot, but I don't know if anyone's going to be able to clean it up. His team's just all dying around him. Should be able to clean up. Penguin, no, doesn't even get that one. So huge comeback situation for FaZe. They get 4 in a row without losing a player.
I'm noticing some really good help being played here from FaZe Clan. Every time it looks like their teammate is just on the edge of death, like walking the plank on a pirate ship, they get their feet to the end of the board, but somehow come back onto the ship and stay alive. That's what it's looked like here for FaZe in this game too, as they carry a 4-kill lead into the high teens. 3 going down previously for OpTic, means they're all going to spawn together at blue.
This is looking really good for FaZe, and you know they're aggressive. They're going to be trying to collapse on these spawns. I don't know if they had the perfect push there. It looks like Trippy was unable to close the gap to be the last piece of that collapse, but they still have the lead. 3 kills here. Trippy backing up a little bit, waiting for his team to spawn. And look at the push from OpTic. It's almost perfect. Renegade outputting lots of damage, has help, finds 2 assists here. And now it's OpTic's turn to be aggressive. They might get into a spawn cycle situation themselves.
With those rockets, we've talked about how important power weapon control is here, and despite what looks like some better play from FaZe, it's the better power weapon control that has given OpTic now a 3-kill lead as Legend depletes the rockets, takes down 1 with it. And I think you're going to be happy with that if you're OpTic Gaming. Going 1 for 2, maybe not ideal or optimal, but you'll take it nonetheless as Legend gets himself into another 1v1. First shots onto Falcated, wasn't able to turn on him fast enough as Legend goes down to 1 HP, but doesn't go back to the respawn screen. 5-kill lead now for OpTic, make it 6. And Renegade's got the snipe, watch out.
Yeah, they've got the awareness of the spawns as well. Now understanding they've flipped the spawns to the other side. Renegade's going to switch his vantage point here. Suppress taking out Bound though is going to force Renegade to back up here. He had his teammate that was closest to him who had that side pushed out, goes down, so now he's forced back to here. FaZe Clan should understand that OpTic are kind of taking less and less space. Let's see how FaZe choose to play this. They want to sync up their timing, push both left and right of the setup. Someone's probably got to go through mid as well.
You mentioned this earlier, Eli, but Renegade's rotations with the snipes have been so spot on. Now they finally coordinate his location on the map, but they still can't take him down. Not before 2 assists. He does finally go down, drops the snipe, but Trippy now has it in his hands. 3 shots with it, and down by 6. They need Trippy to make a play here. No scope melee goes through. Killjoy stops the spree for Legend, but FaZe Clan are still down 5.
Yeah, the OpTic did a great job to get a lot out of their advantage state. Now it's FaZe currently in the advantage state on the map. need to get more slays out of this without trading out so they can close the gap. I think they understand. They've now spawned. OpTic on the other side. Trippy expecting maybe somebody to try to hit a route through bottom center. But I like the way FaZe are playing this. They do kind of open the snipe side. But I don't think OpTic are going to be aware enough to take that space. And now they have tied it up. At least they did momentarily. And FaZe still have better map positioning.
Quick glance to the left for Trippy. Eludes the free space on the map to take, and he has rotated over from one side to the other, ending up on one in the process. Now taking Formal down to one shot as FaZe have bounced right back 32-32, and now they've got the first rockets of the match. Can they take advantage of it?
Really like this route from Falcated. Recognize he's the furthest left on the team. It's his job to swing furthest left. Didn't see anybody, so he comes back to this angle. Have a high ground advantage over anybody that shows up on his screen. And Legend being very tricky over here, shooting him in the back, predicting him to rotate backwards. But I think he will find another kill. He does. That's a killing spree for Falcated and a 3-kill lead for FaZe.
Patience pays off for Falcated. As you can see there, he was just waiting for his teammates with the invisible hand to push OpTic Gaming into the waiting rockets as he takes down 2 with it. It's a 2-kill lead for FaZe. The rockets have been the difference so far. Trippy needing to win that up top, and he does. The perfect 5 shots keep FaZe in the lead, up by 3 as we approach the 40s.
They need FaZe to stay aggressive. They cannot get scared and let a team like OpTic get back into this. They've done that. Now extending their lead to 4. Legend, though, with this double kill is a big deal. Okay, FaZe just cannot decide to sit still. As long as they keep up the aggression and play proper Halo toward the end game, they should be able to close this out. That's a nice no-scope, though. But ultimately, Sniper lands in the hands of Suppress.
Nanoseconds to sneak in the no-scope melee. But Renegade does that. Now Formal has the snipe back in his hands. Down by 1. Now tied 43-all. And this is not what you want to see if you're a FaZe fan, as Formal starts peeling faces back with the S7.
Oh my god, he almost had the lineup for the spawn kill, but that player's teammate shoots Formal out of scope. What does Formal do from here? He's going to rotate out this way, maybe predicting that people might decide to rotate through the snipe side. Also wants to find an angle that he can support his squad here. Ultimately, Falcated goes down, but OpTic are in the lead by 3 all of a sudden.
Formal trying to stay alive here. Oh my god! Filthy quick scope into the face is suppressed. Might have just sealed the deal for OpTic. Imagine if he didn't get that slay, it would be 48 all. Instead, 49-47 with OpTic up by 2, needing just 1 as Trippy has positioning on the top side of Snipe. We have a little bit of a slowdown here before things get back to work, and OpTic gets back in the win column, up 2-0 in the series in a match, again, like that game 1, Eli, where it felt like FaZe could look back at it and said, boys, you should have had that.
That was tough, man. That was a very clutch quickscope from Formal at the bottom of the map. He's forced off of his position, facing all the pressure in the world, but just ices up with the quickscope. You're exactly right. If FaZe gets that kill onto him without him trading out, they now have the sniper to take into that last situation. So Formal's ice to not only win this, but then also, I mean, look how much pressure he's facing. He's getting attacked from multiple angles, but lands the quickscope while one shot. He must have predicted someone to drop there.
Whether it was a prediction or just great aim sense and game sense, you could argue combined, to allow Formal to hit a shot that was just about the clincher. Things would have looked much different had Formal not hit that unbelievable shot on Suppressed. And instead of a 1-1 tie, or even a 2-0 lead for FaZe Clan in this series, Eli, it's OpTic up 2-0 instead.
It's gotta be a tough feeling right now for FaZe, feeling like they could have won the last 2 games. I mean, they literally had the lead in the end of the oddball game, and also had the lead here by a decent margin for a good chunk of time. And it was in the middle of me saying I can't see FaZe play scared here. I don't know if they were necessarily playing scared as to the reason why OpTic came back, but they were not as in sync as they were. OpTic kind of pulled them apart and just forced them into individual engagements. We saw Legend make several clutch plays. It seemed like he was always in the right place at the right time going into that end game as well.
Yeah, it just felt like FaZe got stuck in the coffin corner with those blue spawns in the end, and Formal looking across the map. He has all the insight and the intel. This snipe helped out as well, making it 44-43, but you'd see FaZe just continued spawning back at the blue side. Right after this snipe was where they went back to blue and really didn't have much room on the map to push out from, and OpTic took advantage of it and took a 2-0 lead in this series. But FaZe down, not yet out.
This is looking really bad, though. I'm not going to lie to you. OpTic are insane at Aqua CTF. They might be the best Aqua CTF team. I mean, they're certainly just good at CTF in general and comfortable on Aquarius. FaZe to get the reverse sweep here is an extremely uphill battle. I feel like FaZe's opportunity to win this series was by winning games 1 and 2, and OpTic able to clutch up. I think that's I don't see the path possible, to be honest.
Counting out the boys in red at their own tournament, Eli. Now that's disrespectful. As we take a look,
I'm a realist, man.
Yeah, you are. You always told it like it is. What I respect about you. But Trippy, compared to his former teammate Formal, heartbreaking end to season 3. I mean, really, it was just a heartbreaking year all throughout, where these two continuously were cursed. It felt like with second place finishes, but stats are looking pretty similar. It's comparing Trippy and Formal, it's kind of hard to take your pick here.
I mean, Trippy has had an outstanding offseason, let's be real. I think he's really stepped up his game. I don't know why people doubted this man. I mean, yeah, he didn't have some great series last year, but feeling like he's the glue on this new squad, and when he's playing good, they're also playing good, and like these first 2 games could have gone their way. So I don't know, definitely don't count out Trippy. Formal, like I said previously, just always ever so consistent, and he's got a lot of intangibles that don't really show on stats like this, like the insane communication that he has. The guy sounds like an auctioneer, spinning out player locations constantly. He's also just got like an aura about him. I think that he makes every team he joins better.
Yeah, there's definitely a confidence when you look across the aisle and you see Formal on your squad. Would hate to see you go against the legend, one of the greatest gamers of all time. You could absolutely make a case that Formal's on your Mount Rushmore. He's won a world championship in Call of Duty. He's won a world championship in Halo. There's not many, if any, that can say that.
He's the only one, but FaZe got to have it here. Let's see how the opening break goes. Looks like Falcon has got a nice sneaky route that OpTic were not expecting through car 1, and should be able to push forward as a result of these slays. Can they get an early flag out? Let's see.
We go down for OpTic. So this is going to spur a chance for Falcated and FaZe to take an early 1-0 lead, but off a spawn in the fridge. OpTic have good shots to stop that flag run for now. As Suppressed has the camo, we're going to see these spawns for OpTic filter out, and Suppressed going to try to align himself with the back, but they've spotted him out.
Spotted him out. He survives for now. OpTic trying to hunt him down, unable to do so. Formal might have overextended for that slay just a tad, but doesn't matter. Flag does get returned, and we're back to square 1. So what can Suppress do now? They let OpTic spawn in the util side, but OpTic play off the spawn perfectly and look to counter here.
Legend now in the generator, pushing through on the car side of the map, but it's bound going down on the other side, so it's gonna make it a little bit harder trek for Legend as he looks to meet up here with Trippy sometime soon. As Trippy gonna earn the reset. Don't see anybody for OpTic contesting it as things reset back to 0 with the 50-yard line being contested. You can see multiple players on each side of the map for each of these 2 teams as Renegade cleans up on one, but will get taken down shortly after in the generator as Trippy pushes through, has next eyes on a flag run, and this is looking good once again for FaZe. Just need to take down Legend, but Trippy goes down instead, so that might make it a little bit more difficult for FaZe to get on the run.
I like the way Penguin plays this. He sees okay to go down, knows that it's not his place to move forward just yet. Gets shot in the back and decides to reach out bound here. At least has enough damage for that kill to get traded out. The next member of FaZe should be able to push forward. That's going to be suppressed, but multiple members of OpTic in positions to potentially shut him down. Great use of the thrust there from Formal. Gets the melee, immediately thrusts out of melee range, so he can't be meleeed back. That's a great way to secure himself a kill, but both teams still fighting for mid-map control.
Penguin staying alive on the top side of Pink, suppressed with another camo, and he's got some good eyes onto Formal, down to 2 shots, and all it takes for Suppressed to take him down, as he's now got the run through the utility, trying to make it through the carbine side, but Renegade like a bodyguard is there at the door, and he's pushing it out. Oh my God, that's an aggressive push there from Renegade. I'm not sure if he knew Suppressed had camo. Suppressed uses the camo to stay alive just a little bit longer, but Formal takes him down. Bound gets another slay on the other side.
No.
I think Penguin still needs at least one more slay to get this through, right?
No, Falcon is getting kills in the kill feed. Yeah, I think you're right, though. He's got to wait. Okay, now Suppress finds one as well. Does he have any teammates here that have full shields? No, can he get this? He might just go for it. I'm not sure. It's being
He's gonna
very
wait till the shields
patient.
recharge. There
Very
he goes.
patient.
Perfect timing there. Wait till the shields recharge. That's your cue to slide that one in for the 1-0 lead for FaZe. So again, FaZe have had leads in all 3 of these games, sometimes even deep into the game, but oh boy, a counter cap is starting here. Falcated has the back of his 3 dead teammates with a double kill. He resets things, and that looked like could have been a sure counter cap for OpTic, but Falcated plays huge in the back of his base.
Yeah, huge double kill from Falcated. Perfect shots. We're used to seeing that from him. But looks like FaZe lose 2 players. OpTic lose 3. Penguin, last player alive, should be able to take top center, but kind of playing this a little slower than I'd expect. Maybe he had a call out that somebody's nearby. Now finally moves forward. That was interesting how he decided to wait there. I'm not really sure what the reasoning was.
Hard to say. Hard to stay alive for Penguin. God, those grenades look like heat-seeking missiles after 4 go down for FaZe, but 3 go down for OpTic, so it's a Renegade in an apocalyptic wasteland. He's the last Spartan standing in the entire lobby. We'll get camo for free because of it. We saw the previous 2 go to Suppressed. What can Renegade and OpTic do with it now?
Okay, good teamwork here, pushing through, utilizing the new skill jump that was added this off-season here on Aqua. Love this addition to the map, by the way. Now, Renegade might just pull this flag out, but he's been isolated and taken down. Good defensive effort from FaZe. Momentarily, Trippy, last player in the base alive. He's going to force Formal back. Formal should wait for his squad here before he pushes forward.
Formal down at the P1 location, playing sneaky here. Now he's got to help Bound. Bound's going to get absolutely destroyed by those grenades. But Formal does trade out with the assist. Has the thrust there right before him. Now he picks it up, has 3 left to work with. Could get a little bit added mobility as he pushes into the blue base, back into his side of the map. A lot of pressure here from FaZe, so Formal getting forced back to play some defense. Well, this is looking tricky.
That was an awkward situation for sure, but FaZe take down both Bound and Formal in that engagement. Penguin's going to be able to move forward. Legend's already taking damage, and I need someone from FaZe to push into the base. Maybe there is somebody on the far side. Penguin just holding this angle. Yes, okay, Suppressed was able to take the front line, and this is looking great for FaZe right now.
The run has crossed the 50-yard line. Suppressed is weak. He's the runner. Picks it back up, gets the shields back up, but quickly taken down as Bound and Legend push through underneath. 2v1 push. Legend's going to go for the reset with 3 down for FaZe Clan. I suspect he'll get it. Needs to still win a clutch 1 against Penguin. Gets it. Now the spawn's occurring on the fridge side for FaZe, and it seems like OpTic know it.
Wow, Legend just played that situation so perfectly. He stays alive, understanding he had dwindled down the reset timer enough by standing on it, and then preserves his life, lets it reset on its own, pushes behind enemy lines, gets the kill, gets the flag out, pulls FaZe all the way back, which in theory should be giving OpTic more space to push forward, but ultimately FaZe still come off spawn and clean up the situation and still maintain their lead.
Already more than halfway through this game 3, and we've only seen 1 score. It's gone to FaZe as they cling to that 1-0 lead. OpTic still yet to get on the board as Trippy pushing it once again into the OpTic base. Bait and switch occurs here as you'll see Formal take the front lines and take Trippy down.
Okay, what can Falcon do here? His positioning at the top of the map is important, but I think he melees the wall instead. Bound's going to clean that up without trading. 2v2 on the map currently. Look at this Legend guy, man. Just curb sliding his way to the other team's base time and time again, forcing FaZe to respond to his existence before they can do anything else on the map. And granted, it doesn't lead to anything. He dies, but I mean, just think about how much less space FaZe have to work with because he's making plays like that.
Unreal. Falcated now, earning 2 assists, pushing on through. Carbine side has the high side positioning now, but Legend's there to take him down, and he does. Legend, another clutch slay, but down to low HP. It's going to be tough for him to stay alive. You can feel the callouts on his forehead, and Penguin cleans him up. Down. We're going to take down 2. Just gets 1 for now, but that player weak. Steps back, but Bound's not the last player alive for OpTic Gaming. So FaZe Clan here, if they could just take Bound down, oh, that's massive win as the last Spartan standing for Bound. Had Bound gone down, that's all 4 with just about all 4 for FaZe in the base of OpTic. Nonetheless, they should be able to get back on the run towards OpTic's side of the map. What looked like could have been a pull for OpTic Gaming gets shut down, reset, and Trippy now has that camo. Will he use it here defensively to scout out or offensively to make it 2-0? There's some decisions to be made here for Trippy.
Okay, wow, that player narrowly escapes from Trippy's vision. Should be able to get another kill here, at least 1, the help of his team, but OpTic are playing this very patiently. Finally rotates through, finds that slay. Would like to get at least 1 more to be comfortable, but no, 2 dead now for FaZe. OpTic in positions. They can potentially move forward. They need a flag out here soon, I think. Feel comfortable. Still 3.5 minutes on the clock, though.
3 go down for OpTic. So FaZe Clan looking good here. They could use offense as the best form of defense. Get on the run once again and try to collapse on these spawns at the fridge side. As Falcated has it, turns around the corner, and he gets there despite only needing 1 or 2 body shots. Keeps it alive, but not much longer as he eventually gets taken down. Formal looking across towards bottom mid. Now the other side of pink, as it looks like that one will get reset. We're in the end game. Less than 3 minutes left. OpTic got to have something here in the next minute or so.
Formal pushing up. Tries to finish this kill. The Russ keeps Falcated alive, as does his teammates. And this has just gone back and forth. It seems like one team gets a few slays, pushes in. The team coming off spawn, cleans the base, pushes forward. Time and time again, we see the same story. And FaZe are totally fine with that. They say if no more flags get capped this game, we will win. And that seems to be obvious in their playstyle here. Penguin just kind of gatekeeping on the utility side.
Penguin just trying to stay alive. Falcated goes on the run, turns and takes down Formal. And despite what looked like a chance for OpTic to not let Falcated get much further, he will get shut down eventually though, but that flag's made it all the way through to the courtyard. 2 players filtering through for OpTic through the bottom middle of the map. And it's 2 down for FaZe Clan, now 3 in total after the double. Making a triple for Pound, yes! Endgame clutchness for OpTic Gaming might just tie it up in the final 2 minutes.
I don't know though, can they get a touch? No, Formal's there to return it. That's twice now that Bound has come off spawn, just ran straight to bottom center and stopped the flag run from FaZe. I mean, FaZe need to be aware of that route in this situation where they're watching the flag runners back. Renegade seeing if he can get some damage and a flag out. Lands on a plasma grenade though. Not sure where that one came from exactly, but exactly what FaZe needed in that moment.
Desperation is in the air, and I think that was an example of it right there. Renegade being down 1-0 with 1 minute left. Tried to extend a flag run a little bit further than I think he had the chance to. As Legend wins a clutch one onto Penguin. OpTic Gaming are down, but they still have a chance. You can see Suppressed. He's just holding 10 toes strong in his base. It's defense has been the option, it looks like, for FaZe Clan here. They're going to try to hold on and cling to this 1-0 lead to take their first win in the series.
Oh man, this is highly reminiscent of all the other games in the series so far. It's been FaZe Clan leading in the final moments until OpTic is the team to come out on top in the end game. Let's see if Penguin can live here. They really need him to, or else OpTic could force an overtime pull. They've done a great job playing defense though.
They really have, and it's especially tough when the other team knows that you're now going to be playing defense. The other team going to be strongly just playing offense and holding forward. But FaZe Clan have held the line. They have not allowed OpTic to score once in this Aqua CTF. This might be one of it is like a steely-eyed goalie type of match in the NHL where it's a 1-0 finish. And hey man, if you can take the win 1-0, props to the goalie and props to the defense here in the case of FaZe Clan, as they have about as good of a defensive posture as you could imagine. 12 straight minutes, no scores for OpTic Gaming, and FaZe are back in the series.
I cannot recall a single other Aquarius 1-0 finish. I mean, that's got to be the lowest scoring Aquarius flag that we have seen in quite some time. impressive stuff. FaZe, I think, had the opportunity to cap several more flags as well. We saw lots of heroics coming in from OpTic, but the most important factor is FaZe just not allowing OpTic to capture a single time.
FaZe there with more slays, more objective efficiency. They outslayed in game 2, but still, or excuse me, in game 1, but still lost. Suppressed with the 40 bomb. Still wasn't able to take that oddball, but he said, no worse for the wear. Just keep it going, keep it moving. And Suppress has continued playing his role to perfection. The main slayer of not only FaZe, but you could even argue all of HCS.
Yeah, I love the plays they were making, forcing spawns in different places. I mean, not really different places. Forcing the spawn in the fridge time and time again, often winning the fight for high ground in the center of the map. But it was really just the way they set up in the base to defend anybody coming from either side. There's multiple times that OpTic had 3 or 4 dead. FaZe spawn in the base and just perfectly use grenades to hold them out. Perfectly find angles, take a little bit of space here and there to have complementary positions, and just clean OpTic off the map time and time again. So that's very difficult to do. Let's see if they can keep up that momentum into live fire strongholds.
Yeah, I really thought that triple kill from Bound was about to make it 1-1, but that was not the case. Again, I am struggling looking at this series layout. 1-0 Aqua? Is that an error in the graphics? No, that's if you're just joining us, that was what we just witnessed there. FaZe Clan. About as maybe probably the best defensive effort we've ever seen on a Aqua CTF. We're here on LAN, so no flukiness online to attribute to a 1-0 finish for FaZe Clan, as they use that defense to go on the offensive and now have a game in this series. We saw OpTic last week win 2 in a row after FaZe went up 2-0. About to see the same here.
Yeah, I mean, last time it was what? FaZe won first 2, OpTic won next 2, forced the game 5, FaZe clutch it up in the end. I mean, are we going to see the reverse situation happen? I don't know. We'll have to see. OpTic certainly would like to end this one right here, right now, because Street Slayer, I think one of the more coin flippy Slayers that we play, could just happen to where FaZe come out to a strong lead early and ride it to a victory. But kind of feel the same way about live fire strongholds. This is going to be extremely fast paced, and it's really going to be won by the team that just gets that biggest chunk of time in a row.
Got Bound on your screen, and if I could guess what we're going to see from Bound in this game 4, a whole lot of pushing through top mid. He just loves to filter through the middle of the map. Even in that Aqua game, we saw him routinely pushing through bottom mid, which you'd think might not be the best spot on the map, but when you play as fast, aggressive, and surprising, I think, as Bound does, maybe sometimes don't expect him to take the obvious route. So keep an eye on that here in game 4. And for Suppressed on the other side of this graphic, can he keep up the slaying rate he's been at in this series? Probably one of the top slayers so far of the day. He's been popping off.
Player I'm looking at this game, it's going to be Renegade. I feel like OpTic are up in the series, but we haven't seen Renegade like take over the game like we're used to seeing from him. And I think that once he gets into that mode, OpTic are going to look even more unstoppable. And teams like Shopify are going to have to take notice, because Renegade is the demon, man. He had the best stats in these last 3 online qualifiers. Yes, it's online, but we've seen what John can do on LAN. And he's really scary on live fire specifically. I feel like this guy is absolute beast. He's typically off on his own, maybe flanking the rest of the team. He's so good at playing in his own lane and playing to perfection. So let's see what he does here in game 4.
All right, here we go. Game 4, live fire strongholds on your screen. And regardless of the team of 4 for OpTic, Eli, they've routinely been a really, really good live fire map all throughout all of Halo Infinite. But off the start, it's FaZe taking down 2. Nice no-scope there from Trippy, but not nice enough to do the collateral damage it looked like might have been lining up between Bound and Formal. Now Formal looking to pick up one more slay. He'll probably work his way back to see platform to grab that snipe, but Falcon is making a trick people.
No
oh my God, Falcon, it takes him down instead. You can see the lean back from Formal. He's thinking, what the?
I mean, I got a feel for Formal there. His grenade did not bounce in the way that he predicted it to. He intended for the grenade to bounce and blow up right behind the pillar, which would have been checkmate for Falcated, but when the nade does not bounce how he predicts, Falcated takes advantage. But this is what I talked about. Renegade has camo snipe, 4 dead for FaZe Clan. OpTic can basically choose their own adventure here as far as where they want FaZe to spawn, and you know Renegade's going to be ready for them to show up.
35 seconds uncontested off the start, but after that double kill from Renegade, OpTic are back in the fight, now down by only 13 seconds. B, though, is filtering towards FaZe's control. Another sneaky, cheeky headshot from Renegade, making another double kill. He's popping off here at the start. Only died once, but ever since then, he's been on a spree.
Tell you what, man, this guy loves this map, knows how to play it perfectly. So often is the difference maker here on Live Fire, especially Strongholds. See if he can continue that trend. Right now, OpTic just totally content holding the BC setup, and you cannot be sprinting into an open area against OpTic. They will punish you for it.
Renegade might even just hit that shot as easily as they did the one on Penguin, sprinting head level through top mid, but Trippy does stay alive. Renegade now trying to find where he went. He's about as confused as we are. Trippy makes it out towards the bottom nest location, finally gets triangulated by Bound, as 2 will go down for each of these 2 teams. B, the point on the map being highly contested for, but after 3, maybe 4 go down for FaZe. OpTic will take control right back.
This is stranglehold gameplay coming in from OpTic. Okay, they do take down Renegade finally. But the damage has been done. It's actually not looking like a bad situation. I don't know how they were actually able to move to back green so fast off a spawn. FaZe Clan did that very well. Now they have the scoring position with the A and B. How does OpTic choose to play this? Do they go for A first, or do they go for B? I'm gonna actually sit and think about it for a moment. Now Formal here with the camo looks to siege on A.
Formal lining up on Penguin, helps take him down with the assist. Now should be able to reclaim A, if not for suppressed, pushing through into the garage door, but he's a little late to the party and a little low on shields. Formal, though, not able to clean up on him. 2 on the pillars. Oh, Formal says, I expect you to double back. Incredible game sense, maybe even communication there. Renegade could have called out the suppressed, was working his way back to the wall sheet. Nonetheless, Formal makes it work. 3 go down for FaZe Clan. Formal, the only one to go down for OpTic in that moment, and they should be able to gain B back because of it.
Enemy team score.
You know, Mac, I love you for this because you're an old head like me, but nobody calls out the wall sheet except for you. And like, every map should have a wall sheet on it, maybe, but I don't know. It's just a funny thing I noticed.
You're just trying to erase Halo history as Renegade erasing some snipes. You've got your Eli ledge, and you think nobody else can have a location on the map. Walshy's the Walshy, and Renegade is the demon of HCS. We go back to his screen, and what do you know? Another killing spree.
I like, just because a spot is sneaky doesn't make it a wall sheet. I don't know. Anyways,
well, it looks just like it's the same geometry that was on the pit. Oh my god, it's the same thing over and over again for Renegade. With the snipe, another one. How did he sneak in that headshot onto the second? You couldn't even see his face.
He's 14-2. I know I called him out before the series, but I didn't think he was going to do all this. Renegade is in
god,
absolute demon mode.
No, you can't do that.
And
okay, that would have been illegal.
Needs an answer for this, man.
My god, and that's just how good Renegade is. I think he was down two shots to the full 5 shots for Penguin, and he still has you holding your breath, clenching your cheeks, thinking, oh my god, is he about to win another one? As Formal gonna win a gunfight of his own, but he's got help now, appearing on the C tower. OpTic are eyeing C as their next point of control, and they've already got 50% on it.
Okay, Formal with some good grenades to zone out anyone that might be approaching from that side after they recognize that's not where the aggression's coming from. I love this rotation back from Formal, by the way. He's aware that camo's coming up. He also wants to influence the spawns to force FaZe to spawn the furthest back in A as possible. This map often will just choose the furthest location from opponents where the other team spawns. So that kind of formation forces FaZe to spawn exactly where OpTic want them, and Formal's able to just grab the camo and walk away from the engagement. His location is no, but gets the stick, and Suppress will ultimately take him down, but wow, well played by Formal there.
You could stack just about any 2 players for FaZe Clan up against Renegade, and he'd still have a higher kill and assist output. You can almost see he goes down there, look how shocked he looks. He's like, what? I just died? What is this game? I mean, that's just how good Renegade is. I assume every time he goes down, it's a little surprising. And since we last checked in on the score, it was close. FaZe even with that 35-second head start. But now they're down 100 seconds. OpTic with the Renegade double killing spree have really taken firm control of this game and this series.
Okay. Penguin with a clutch one. Trippy has a double in the kill feed. It's a clean 4 dead. OpTic all going down. That's going to allow FaZe Clan to go for the trip cap. So far this game, both teams have played the 2-cap style. Let's see how FaZe play with the trip cap using the quantum translocator. Penguin goes back to B, but we're seeing full pressure across the entire map. It's kind of exactly what FaZe need if they're going to bring this back.
Now it's a good time to go on the trip cap. Penguin, last shot, yeah, had us holding our breath there, but with Renegade going down, that opened up the door for FaZe Clan. That's just how good Renegade is. I mean, the impact he makes on the map, you can almost see it just as much when he's not on the map, as FaZe Clan have brought this one back to within 1 minute, but they let Renegade grab the snipe again.
This man has had every single sniper. You have to make sure he does not grab it. But he's able to find an opening time and time again, and he is not missing. Wow.
How many headshots is that? 5 or 6 with the snipe for Renegade? My God. I mean, some players will go an entire tournament weekend on LAN and get up to about 9 or 10, and that's still, you know, it'd be considered probably top 10. So Renegade in one match is just stuffing the stat sheet with headshot snipes. But 3 go down for OpTic, just 1 for FaZe Clan, and they have control of A and B. They're going to have control of the entire map. All 4 go down for OpTic, and the comeback is true. It's happening for FaZe.
Despite this Herculean effort from Renegade, FaZe are not phased. They are doing whatever they want, seemingly just responding to the pressure, keeping it calm, cool, and collected. They've made the comeback. They've now taken the lead, and they're kind of isolating these targets one at a time. There's a lot of 2v1 situations where OpTic are trying to take space, but FaZe are there waiting for them to 2v1.
FaZe, previously down 100, now have the lead heading into the 200s. And it might just stick. 2v2, crucial gunfight on the map occurring right now as Falcated looking to clear the nest location for Bound. Trippy takes him down, and this is going to be massive. This is going to give them control of B, but it's OpTic spawning at A and saying, hey, we'll take what the game gives us, but FaZe, with that death, or with that slay on the nest, they should be able to regain control of C, and they do.
Okay, but this is a good push from Renegade. They take 2 members of FaZe down, make it 3 as Bound cleans up the situation, but a timely spawn on the mud side from Falcated is going to shut down Bound. Not going to be enough, though. It's going to be a momentarily 4 dead suppressed. Coming off spawn first. They're spawning on the tower side. How do they play from here? This is a really important part of the game.
Legend just earned a clutch double kill to earn the 2 spots on the map A, B that OpTic need to get into the 200s and bring this one to within single digits. Legend, if he has his choice, he might not leave this side of B if not for the A being capped by FaZe. 3 go down, and Legend's gonna head back to B, and OpTic have a trip cap and have now stolen the lead.
Oh my God, FaZe have to figure out a way out. Looks like Legend is gonna bail on the A side of the map, but he gets spotted out. They're able to convert A. They take 2 members down from OpTic. Bound has the sniper though, and once again it's OpTic with control of the snipers. Renegade finds a double kill, now 3 dead again. It's gonna reset B. Trippy has to do something here. Oh, and he does.
Does he get the double though? Oh. No, he does not. Formal, a little bit of delayed hold your breath moment. 205, 227. OpTic Gaming are in the lead, but it's tight.
Okay. Oh, that was so close to a headshot. Gets the neck. Renegade has the sniper now, and they are converting B. They can get back into this BC setup that earned them the lead at the beginning of the game. They're clearly very cozy in this situation. What does FaZe do though? Looks like they're sending most of their resources toward the C side of the map. Renegade's going to rotate towards back B, see if he can get an angle on the next player. Also going to utilize the last use of his repulse to use the QT instead. But FaZe have taken the scoring position, and they get 3 dead.
215, 235. Renegade has the snipe, sure, but FaZe Clan have more semblance of control on the map. A filtering though into OpTic's favor. That's a huge death, a huge double, a huge triple. All 4 might just go down for FaZe, and OpTic could seal it.
But Renegade has been doing so much, but it almost hasn't mattered in some of these situations. Okay, Ormo's here to shut down Trippy. Time is winding it down. FaZe have to contest one of these, and only Suppress and Falcon are alive. I think that's it. Oh no. Wow.
Try as they might, FaZe Clan got close and had a lead, but OpTic ice up instead.
I feel like that was the entire story for this series. It was FaZe always starting with the lead, with a really close fight throughout each game, and then just when they have that win at the end, OpTic just takes it away. This last game though, OpTic looked different, and it was Renegade that clearly stood out.
Yeah, Renegade 28 and 13 with 11 assists.